The night of February 23, 2018, Adea Shabani walked out of her Los Angeles apartment with a small suitcase. She never came back. The aspiring actress from Macedonia had been living her Hollywood dream. But in a cruel twist of fate, that dream turned into a nightmare. Last seen with her boyfriend, Chris Spotz, Adea's disappearance sent shockwaves through her circle of friends and family. For over a month, her whereabouts remained a mystery. Then, a grim discovery. A shallow grave in Lake of the Woods. Human remains. Adea's body. But the story doesn't end there. Chris Spotz, the prime suspect, died by suicide during a high-speed police chase. He took his secrets to the grave. Or did he? The question now, who else was involved in Adea's death? She enrolled at the prestigious Stella Adler Acting Academy, determined to make it big in Hollywood. New evidence suggests Chris wasn't working alone. She carried a small suitcase, as if planning a short trip. Adea Shabani was 25 when she moved from Macedonia to pursue her acting career. Known for staying in constant contact with loved ones, Adea's sudden silence set off immediate alarm bells. Something was terribly wrong. The last confirmed sighting of Adea was on February 23. Security footage showed her leaving her apartment with Chris Spotz. His behavior in the days that followed raised red flags. But Chris's story didn't add up. He claimed they had an argument, and he dropped her off in Santa Clarita. Before he could be arrested, he died by suicide. The search led police to Lake of the Woods, where they made a chilling discovery: a shallow grave. The timeline these receipts revealed contradicted everything Chris had told them. When police tried to question him, he refused to cooperate. A burner phone, fake license plates, and perhaps most intriguing, a photo of an unidentified woman. Chris told others Adea needed space. He stopped contacting her family. The speculation added another layer of complexity to an already baffling case. The evidence suggested a level of planning and deception that seemed beyond a single, impulsive act. As suspicions grew, investigators dug deeper. Surveillance footage contradicted Chris's account. Phone records and GPS data exposed his lies. A breakthrough came when Chris's phone pinged near a remote area north of Los Angeles. The human remains found there were later confirmed to be Adea Shabani. The Hollywood dream had ended in tragedy. Could she be another victim? Or was she an accomplice in Adea's murder? They plastered the streets of Los Angeles with missing person posters, hoping for any lead that might bring her home. But the case took another dramatic turn on March 22nd. Chris Spotz, now the prime suspect, led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen truck. Chris Spotz's behavior grew increasingly erratic. He changed his phone number, deleted social media accounts. Friends reported he seemed paranoid. He claimed he and Adea had broken up, that she was upset and needed time alone. But those who knew Adea said that was completely out of character for her, constantly looking over his shoulder. What they found was chilling. Security camera soil samples that were consistent with the area where Adea's body was later found. In addition to the burner phone and fake license plates, they found a detailed map of the area where Adea's body was discovered. And what role, if any, did she play in Adea's disappearance? Several people claimed to have seen Chris with a woman matching the description of the mystery photo in the weeks leading up to Adea's disappearance. While there's no direct evidence linking him to Adea's murder, some have questioned whether he may have inadvertently helped his son cover his tracks. But so far, attempts to identify her have come up empty. Handwritten notes suggested Chris had been planning something for weeks, possibly months. Footage from: was Adea's murder a crime of passion or part of a more sinister plot? Could Chris Spotz have been involved in a larger criminal enterprise? They're now looking into unsolved disappearances in areas where Chris lived or traveled, searching for any possible connections. Adea's they want justice, but more than that, they want answers. What really happened on that February night? And why? Apartment behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, danger can lurk in unexpected places. Complex showed her. And with each new piece of evidence, investigators move one step closer to unraveling the mystery of what really happened to the girl who walked into the night and vanished forever. And Chris leaving together on February 23rd. They got into his Toyota Tacoma truck and drove away. They're re-examining every aspect of Chris Spotz's life, searching for links to other unsolved cases. With no confession and Chris dead, investigators were left with more questions than answers. but the evidence left behind painted a disturbing picture. But for those seeking justice for Adea Shabani, the search for truth goes on. Was Adea's murder part of something even darker? The story isn't over. It's only just beginning. Phone driving a stolen truck, engaged to another woman while dating Adea. Could this tangled web of relationships have led to murder? He led police on a high-speed chase through multiple counties. The pursuit ended when Chris crashed the vehicle and took his own life before officers could reach him. Records placed Chris's phone in a remote area of the San Bernardino Mountains. Later that same day, when confronted with this information, Chris changed his story. He now claimed they had gone for a drive, argued, and Adea had asked to be let out of the car. In Chris's truck, police found receipts that didn't fit his story. Hotel charges, gas station purchases, and most alarmingly, a receipt for plastic sheeting. A search of a storage unit linked to Chris uncovered more suspicious items. These new pieces of evidence raised troubling questions. Did Chris Spotz act alone in Adea's disappearance and death? Was someone helping him cover his tracks? Rumors began to swirl. Chris's father was a police officer. Could he have assisted in destroying evidence? The photo of the unknown woman found in the storage unit opened up even more possibilities. As investigators pieced together the puzzle, they began to wonder, was Chris Spotz involved in other crimes? The FBI has now stepped in, looking for deeper connections. The mystery woman in the photo remains unidentified. Is she alive? In danger? Or was she somehow involved in what happened to Adea? As night falls on Hollywood, the city of dreams continues to hold its secrets. What was Chris Spotz hiding? In the days following Adea's disappearance, her friends and family launched a frantic search. Meanwhile, when detectives finally tracked Chris down for questioning, his answers were vague and inconsistent. As weeks passed with no sign of Adea, investigators began to piece together a timeline. That was the last time anyone saw Adea alive. But something about his new version of events didn't sit right with detectives. They obtained a warrant to search Chris's truck. Traces of blood in the back of the vehicle, fibers that matched Adea's clothing. And most damning of all, as the net closed in, Chris Spotz made his final, desperate move. On March 22nd, in the aftermath of Chris's death, investigators turned their attention to his background. They discovered he had been leading a double life. The search of Chris's storage unit yielded more disturbing clues. But the most intriguing piece of evidence was the photo of the unidentified woman. Who was she? As news of the case spread, tips began pouring in. The involvement of Chris's father, a respected police officer, added another layer of complexity to the case. As the investigation continues, new theories emerge. The FBI's involvement has opened up new avenues of investigation. For Adea's family and friends, the pain of her loss is compounded by the lingering questions. As the sun sets over Los Angeles, the city that Adea Shabani came to with such hope and dreams, her story serves as a dark reminder. The search for truth in Adea's case continues.